Welcome back to Dark Whispers, where the shadows of the past linger in the corners of our minds. In our last tale, we left the Sultan and the fisherman standing before the shimmering, enchanted lake, where fish spoke with human voices. Tonight, my king, I shall reveal the secrets that lie beneath those waters, and the dark fate that awaits those who dare to uncover them. The Sultan's eyes were fixed upon the lake, its surface gleaming like liquid jewels, ruby, gold, sapphire, and pearl. Yet beneath that mesmerizing beauty, an unsettling presence lurked. As the fisherman cast his net once more, the Sultan himself heard it, soft, broken sobs rising from the depths. It was the sound of mothers weeping, of children crying in the night, of prayers left unanswered. One of the guards crossed himself, his voice barely a whisper. By Allah, this is not of this world. The Sultan silenced him with a glare that could have frozen the very waters before them. The world hides many truths, soldier. It is our duty to uncover them, no matter how dark they may be. The fisherman's hands trembled as he gripped his net. My lord, ... Some secrets are better left at the bottom of the lake. What lies beneath these waters may be more terrible than we can imagine. But the Sultan's voice was iron, unyielding as the blade at his hip. Not this one. We have come too far to turn back now. Cast your net again, fisherman. I will see these enchanted fish with my own eyes. With great reluctance, the fisherman obeyed. The net sliced through the water, sinking into the depths. When he pulled it up, gasps of wonder and fear escaped from every throat. Then the dripping mesh lay fish unlike any they had ever seen, their scales shimmering with an otherworldly light, their eyes wide and sorrowful, almost human in their gaze. And then, to the horror of all present, one of the fish opened its mouth and spoke. Please, it said, its voice a haunting melody of grief. Free us from this curse. Our city lies in ruins, our people trapped between life and death. Only you can break the spell that binds us. The Sultan knelt beside the net, his face a mask of determination. Tell me more, creature. What city do you speak of? What curse has befallen you? But before the fish could answer, the waters of the lake began to churn. A great wind rose up, howling with the voices of 1,000 lost souls. The surface of the lake parted like a veil, revealing a sight that would haunt the dreams of all who witnessed it for years to come. There, rising from the depths, stood a city. Its towers leaned broken against the sky, bridges arched over dry canals, and houses with shattered windows stared like empty skulls. Hinds crawled over statues whose faces were worn away by time and sorrow. By the heavens, whispered a guard, his voice trembling. It lives no more. The fisherman clutched his chest, his face pale with terror. My lord, I beg you, ... do not enter. This place reeks of death and dark magic. We should turn back while we still can. But the Sultan's eyes were fixed, hard as steel and burning with curiosity. Death cannot frighten me. Come, we shall uncover the truth of this cursed city, no matter the cost. With great trepidation, they crossed the cracked gate that led into the heart of the ruined metropolis. Inside, the silence was heavier still, pressing down upon them like a physical weight. Each step rang loud against the stone streets, echoing through empty alleyways. Every corner seemed to watch them, unseen eyes following their every move. Then, faintly at first, it began. A sound that sent chills down the spines of even the bravest among them. A sigh long, low, and endless. Not wind, not beast, but a sigh of sorrow, so profound it seemed to come from the very stones beneath their feet. The men stiffened, blades drawn and eyes darting from shadow to shadow. They came into a vast courtyard, its center dominated by a dry fountain that glimmered faintly with an unearthly light. And there, upon a crumbling throne beside it, sat a figure that defied belief. It was a man, or what had once been a man. His skin was white as carved ivory, his hair silver as frost. T's eyes were open wide, staring without blink, and yet filled with a grief too deep for mortal words to express. As they approached, his lips parted, and a voice hollow as a tomb drifted out. "Who disturbs the city of silence?" The guards staggered back. The fisherman fell to his knees, prayers spilling from his lips. But the Sultan stood firm, his voice steady as he addressed the ghostly figure. "I am Sultan of these lands. I seek the truth of the lake and of the fish that cry with human voices. What doom has befallen this place?" The pale king's eyes flickered, darkening with a sorrow that seemed to stretch across centuries. His voice trembled as he began to speak, each word heavy with the weight of a tragic history. "Once we lived in joy. Our city was a jewel, our people proud and prosperous. But pride brings ruin, and our downfall was of our own making. Our king, in his insatiable hunger for power, desired dominion over the unseen world. He called forth a sorcerer, promising him riches beyond measure, if he could bind the spirits of the air and water to his will." Sultan frowned, his hand tightening on the hilt of his sword. "A sorcerer? What foul magic did he work upon your people?" The pale king nodded, tears streaming, though his eyes remained dry as dust. "Yes, a sorcerer of terrible power. And he obeyed our king's command, but his price was cruel beyond imagining. The souls of the people bound into fish, their sorrow feeding his strength for all eternity. Our bodies crumbled, our city withered, but our torment remains. Each dawn we live, each dusk we die, never free from this endless cycle of despair." The guards crossed themselves, murmuring prayers to ward off evil. One whispered, his voice thick with horror, "No punishment could be worse than this, to be trapped between life and death, neither in this world nor the next." The Sultan's jaw clenched, determination burning in his eyes. "Then the curse must be broken. Tell me how, pale king. How can we free your people from this torment?" The ghostly monarch lifted a shaking arm, pointing to the fountain at the center of the courtyard. "There lies the heart of the curse. Shatter it, and we may at last find rest. But beware, brave Sultan. The sorcerer still lives, bound to a spell as surely as we are. His shadow guards the fountain. He will not let it be undone without a fight." Even as he spoke, the ground beneath their feet began to tremble. Cracks tore through the ancient stones, spreading like a web of darkness. From the fountain rose a cloud of smoke, black as the void between stars, and choking as the fumes of hell. It writhed like a mass of serpents, coiling and twisting into a shape that struck terror into the hearts of all who beheld it. The guards staggered back, their weapons shaking in their hands. The fisherman screamed, falling to the ground and covering his eyes. But the Sultan stood his ground, sword raised and ready to face whatever horror emerged from that unholy mist. The smoke solidified, taking on the form of a tall, hooded figure. Where its face should have been, there were only eyes burning like coals plucked from the fires of damnation. Its voice boomed out, echoing through the dead city with a power that shook the very foundations of reality. "Fools, you dare disturb what is mine. For centuries, I have ruled this realm of sorrow, and these souls are the throne upon which I sit. No mortal shall take them from me." The Sultan raised his blade higher, defiance blazing in his eyes. "I bow to no sorcerer, no matter how ancient or powerful. Your reign of terror ends tonight, creature of darkness." The sorcerer's laughter shook the ruins, a sound of pure malevolence that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. "Then come, Sultan, let us see if your courage is greater than my curse. Face me, if you dare, and we shall decide the fate of this city and all the souls trapped within it." "And here, my king," Scheherazade's voice softened, her eyes glimmering with the promise of tales yet untold. She leaned closer, her words barely above a whisper. But what battle unfolded in that cursed city, caught between the world of the living and the realm of the dead? Would the Sultan's courage triumph over the sorcerer's shadow, or would he to join the souls bound within the lake for all eternity? That tale, my lord, shall have to wait until the next night falls. And so, dear listeners, we too must wait with bated breath to learn the outcome of this fateful confrontation. Will good triumph over evil? Can the curse be broken, or are some dooms too terrible to ever be undone? Wait for the next part on Dark Whispers, where the shadows of the past continue to haunt the present, and where every tale holds secrets yet to be revealed.